real business owners.
So I looked at myself and I'm like, cover your ears, Trev, middle-aged. I live in Kansas City, which is basically the middle of the United States. Not a lot of interesting stuff happening in Kansas City. So been married for like 12 years. I'm looking at myself like a statistic, right? Been married 12 years, got 2 sons, got 2 boy dogs, got this, got that. Boring.
Do you sell life insurance too? That's what life insurance people
Oh,
have.
no.
Look at all that.
I mean, I can, but no, I don't do that. So, listen, I'm not real good at follow-up, and within life insurance, got to do a lot of follow-up. So I had to look at myself and go, shit, I'm boring. So I knew that if I was going to generate massive amounts of referrals, that I had to be an interesting person because people want to do business with interesting people.
Absolutely.
Let's put that on a board and take a picture with it, right?
Yeah.
I want to do business with interesting people, and I wanted to be interesting. So I started paying attention to, I've got 2 litmus tests, right? If I see somebody do something or buy something or have something, and I'm super happy for them, but because when people are going out doing big things, I applaud for them, right?
Yeah,
I love
absolutely.
their happiness makes me happy. But if there's a little tinge of some kind of envy inside, I'm like, oh shit, it's going on the goal board. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
If I love it and it makes you so happy, it makes me happy, but I'm like, I really like to have that in my life. That's how I know what it is.
Nice.
So I just started leaning into, and my kids were totally on board, right? I don't sugarcoat anything. I'm like, hey, I saw this person talk about this restaurant online, and we need to go, and we're going to go as a family, and we're going to take a picture because I need stuff to talk about on social media because I'm boring, and I need more stuff to talk about on social media. Yeah. My kids are like, got you, Mom, let's go, right? And my husband's like, all right, new restaurants, let's go. So we started going to different parks on different trips and I, as the mother and the wife, started cultivating in our household this energy of adventure. So then guess what? The kids are seeing different things. Listen, my kids are attached to I had somebody say to me once, your kids have great vocabularies. I'm like, that's because they spend hours on YouTube. Got nothing to do with me, right?
Yeah, YouTube University.
Right? And so the kids are coming to me with, hey, Mom, I heard about this or this. The one we're looking at now is there's a $250 grilled cheese sandwich in New York City. Yeah. Hello, I'm all about going to New York City and eating a $250 grilled cheese sandwich. That's incredible, right? And then so my husband too, he's like, a couple of years ago, he's like, all right, so I found this deal and I'm all about pulling my kids out of school to go on adventures too. And so we drove to Oklahoma City on a Friday. We went to an NBA game on Friday night. Never been. Kids never been. It was amazing. And then we drove into Dallas. And then on Sunday, we saw the Kansas City Chiefs play against the Dallas Cowboys. And then the next day, we drove home. That was our weekend, NBA and NFL in one weekend. That was crazy.
That's
but
awesome.
When I decided I was going to be more interesting, for the superficial fact of I need more stuff to talk about on social media, right?
Yeah.
I need
you need an adventurous life.
Some people to look at, right? And so I became a better wife because my husband understands, Jess goes out on her crazy adventures and I get invited to do fun things with other people. And so I have more things to talk about with my husband. Unfortunately, sometimes when you own a business together, you got kids together, that's all you talk about. Mm-hmm. We have all kinds of things to talk about. He's reading different things like, hey, I read about this, let's go on this adventure, let's do that. We have some amazing memories. My kids I'm a better mom because my sons, do I miss a basketball game every once in a while? Absolutely. But you know what? That's life. Yeah. I'm there for most of them and I'm okay with that. But what my kids see is my mom comes up with the wackiest stuff and she goes and does it. And she comes back and when she falls flat on her face, she tells us about it, we laugh about it, and we just keep going. Like you want to talk about a success story, that's great. But some of the best things are, didn't exactly turn out how I thought it would, right?
It's those curveballs that make life interesting,
so
not everything that's predictable.
So our kids see us failing. I've become so comfortable with failing that other people see me doing it, and I'm very open about it, right? I wrote a whole book about basically the top 10 failures of my life and what I learned from them, and people see us failing and us talking about them and laughing about it. Oh, that didn't turn out the way it was supposed to. And it gives other people permission to do it. I have people that'll reach out to me. Hey, I saw you took your kids here and did that. I took my kids and we had a great time. Hey, I saw you and your husband went there and did that. It made me a better friend, a better business owner. But it boosted my self-confidence like nothing else. Yeah. Like for every incredible thing, for every idea that is executed and turns out amazing, I've got 4 or 5 crazy ones that didn't even make it to the drawing board, or they failed.
You got to go the process of elimination. There's a lot to eliminate before you start figuring shit out. Right?
But everybody's so worried about being polished, and I think I'm very unpolished on social media. Yeah. Now, I don't on purpose. I'm not all into the no makeup selfie, right? But some of the biggest replies, or I'll do a video or something. I come home from running in the 100-degree Kansas heat, or the Utah heat. If you saw my stories this morning, it was so hot out there. No hot. Makeup, hair's pulled back. It doesn't matter. Torn t-shirt, because I like to cut up all my t-shirts. And people see that, and they want to be around you, and they think about you. So as I started leaning into more interesting things, one of the biggest ways that I started to get more referrals was people didn't just think about me for insurance. People see something that's pink and they think about me.
Yeah. They just want you in their life.
People see, and that's not creepy. In the beginning, it kind of feels a little creepy. It's not. Don't worry, I promise. But people think about something to do with running, and they think about me because I talk about it. People, I know that you took your family on a Disney cruise, 2 years ago. I remember your stories, and Yeah. And it's just like 2 weeks ago, I took my son and my niece to Dallas to go to Six Flags to ride the roller coasters. And then while we're there, we went to the water park. And my niece had never been on an airplane before. She's 11 and she had never been on an airplane before. And so because we live this life.
Adventurous.
That's right. Yeah. Other people get to come with us. And guess what? People invite me to go on cool adventures too.
Because
that's exactly
seem
right.
Adventurous.
Yes.
That's right.
So people just by default want to be around you more, want to get to know you more. And you're top of mind more than other people in your industry.